Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'm Gage Samoji. He's Emerson Hip. And this is the Intoxicated Sports Report.
Yes, sir. What are we drinking, Gage?
Oh, I was thinking of what we were drinking.
One of our favorite listeners. This is his go-to cocktail.
A Negroni.
Yes. Why are we drinking Negronis? It is Negroni week.
What do you mean?
According to the industry, it is Negroni week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the service industry.
Okay, well, cheers to you and everybody in the service.
Not the military service.
The service industry.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Bar service.
Pardon me. How you doing, man? You good?
Great.
This Negroni does taste fantastic.
Excellent. Glad you're enjoying.
I was going to say Manhattan. I've been way wrong.
Yeah. I mean, there are some similar ingredients.
Okay.
I mean, there's one similar ingredient. That being sweet vermouth.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
But, yeah, this is Sal's favorite cocktail, at least when I make it. Apparently he doesn't like it when anyone else makes it.
Huh.
Which I don't know if he's just trying to, butter me up or what, but appreciate that you like him, Sal.
He seems like a truthful guy.
I think he is. Yeah, I don't know why he would just say that, right? But
But
it also makes me wonder what people are doing wrong for him when they make this cocktail, because might be the easiest cocktail in the book.
How about next time we're all out together? He gets a Negroni, you taste it, and you see what you think is wrong with it, if anything.
Okay. I think that's a good idea.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one way to really figure it out, right?
That's right.
Because, of course, the ones that you're going to serve him here, or, if we're at someone else's house, they're going to taste like yours.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Sal, we're holding you to it.
Yep. It is, of course, Thursday night, so we got Thursday Night Football on. Jets, Patriots. It's turned into a rout. 21-3 is the score right now. We're early in the fourth quarter. Jets are driving once again.
I swear the Jets just punted.
I think there might have just been a fumble because I saw a scrum.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Well, Patriots.
what do you know? They have more wins already at this point of the season than I thought. Of course, they beat the Bengals on opening weekend.
I almost gave them their flowers tonight because I thought they had 2 wins already, and I gave them, according to my predictions, and they were going to have 2 wins altogether.
Yeah.
I mean, they were going to surpass 2, but if they would have gotten 2 in their
We'll
first
see.
2 weeks, I would have felt...
They kind of stink. I forget who they lost to last week, but yeah, they're not good.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay attention to very many Patriot games. So I don't have to.
I was thinking before we started this show, I was like, we've already reached that point of the season where we're watching games that we just don't give a shit about because this is the Thursday night game.
Yeah, and Thursday night always gets the ass end of the deal.
They do get pretty bad games. I mean, last week was a good matchup. It didn't turn out to be a good game, but yeah. But yeah, that's football for you. Also, the San Francisco Giants season officially ended today.
Oh, we're mentioning this now.
Yeah, might as well.
You're not going to do it last call?
We'll talk about the rest of it in last call. But yeah, Giants officially eliminated from postseason play. They still got 9 games left. They did beat the Orioles a couple times over the last few days.
It felt like their season ended a lot longer.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we tapped out on the Giants probably at least a few weeks ago, if not.
I'd say once football started.
Yeah.
I mean, officially.
Yeah.
I mean, before that, they probably were still mathematically not anywhere close.
Right.
But once football starts, baseball, unless
the Giants are in it,
unless you're the Dodgers or you're the Yankees.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, there's plenty of other teams, too, that are playing well as well.
Right.
But the Giants, they're painfully mediocre. I don't know how else I can describe it. That's just what they are.
Yeah. They are super average, and, based on, what they did the last couple of days against the Orioles, outside of today's loss, kind of felt like they're the kings of too little, too late.
Exactly. Well, if the Giants would have swept the Orioles, I'd have been like, dude, where was this?
Yeah, exactly.
Where was this against the Braves?
I mean, they had a real good shot today, too. But
so we can cry into our drinks more later
I'm wearing my Giants hat as the final time this season.
I almost did. Yeah. And I'll wear my Giants hat more than just today.
Yeah. I like that hat, by the way. It's pretty clean.
Frog's Leap hat. Go check it out.
Nice winery.
Yeah, good wine.
Yeah.
Good wine. It's a great place to be. This is not a sponsorship by Frog's Leap, but go check it out. I'm also wearing my ISR Core 4 long sleeve today.
There you go. It was a little chillier this morning than usual.
Well, I didn't wear this all day. I just took a shower and I just threw it on. But
there you go.
Got to support a little bit. It's been a while. I miss this thing. It's almost wintertime, so I'm wearing this shirt a little more now.
Getting it worn in again. All right. Should we just jump right in?
Sure.
Football, college?
Yeah.
Let's roll. Got a couple good games this weekend. LSU beat South Carolina 36-33. Trailed a good chunk of this game, and it was 17-0 South Carolina early. But LSU mounted the comeback. They actually had it pretty close by halftime. Eventually took the lead in the fourth quarter, and we were trailing with about a minute left when Josh Williams scored the go-ahead touchdown, and they ended up holding on to win 36-33, like I mentioned.
Okay.
Big win for LSU. They got a shot. They're number 16. I think they may have moved up in this week's rankings.
I mean, it's a big win, although South Carolina's not ranked, or were they ranked prior?
I think they were 2-0. So they if they would have beat LSU, I think they probably would have been in the top 25 after that.
Gotcha.
So nice win for them. LSU's they can score, so I think they're going to be an interesting team to look for in the SEC this year.
Okay.
Also, speaking of the SEC, Georgia, number 1 Georgia, held on for their dear lives against Kentucky in an ugly game.
Oh my!
Wow! Oh, we dropped it.
What a play!
They won 13-12 in Kentucky. Branson Robinson scored the lone touchdown in the game that gave Georgia the 13-9 lead early in the fourth quarter. Just ugly game, though, on paper and to watch.
The score is ugly.
Yeah. Not something you expect to see out of a number 1 team against an unranked opponent. You know, Kentucky's been decent over the last few years, but still, it's Kentucky.
Where's the scoregami on this score? I want to know.
I know, right?
13-12, it's...
I mean, I'm sure it's happened, but it's definitely not a common one, I would imagine.
What was there? Was there 6 safeties?
Yeah, right.
I think it's 12.
6 safeties.
But Georgia, I mean, number 1 ranked, and you beat Kentucky by a point. There's a reason why they're not ranked number 1 anymore.
Right. I think, Kirby Smart is the one who said it, but, the fact that we can get this one, the fact that we got out of there with a win is great, and get this one out of the way early and, get back on the horse and prove that you're number 1.
And, hypothetically, if they would have lost with the new...
they'd still be in the mix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They can, everyone can afford to lose a couple.
Right. Speaking of them not being number 1, Texas now moved up to number 1 after a big win against San Antonio.
Devon's Longhorns.
Georgia down to number 2. They actually play each other 1 month from today in Austin, Texas. Wow. And Arch Manning is going to be starting this week because Quinn Ewers is injured.
Yes.
So that's good, exciting stuff for Texas.
That's a big game.
Yeah.
Talk about big games. That's a big game.
Yeah, that's going to be
Do we know where it's at?
In Austin, Texas, yep.
A lot of burnt orange.
Yep.
I bet you McConaughey will be at that one.
Oh, yes.
Is he at every game? I mean, probably not every game.
It seems like he's at most of them. Mm-hmm. Like, you're getting the sighting. He's definitely going to be there. Put my money on that one.
I love how he's just like, he's the Texas guy.
He is, yeah. But he didn't go there, did he?
I think he did.
Did he? Okay.
I think.
I could be wrong.
He might be. I mean, I would guess.
I thought I read that like it wasn't even his alma mater, but I could be tripping. Maybe he's just a Texas.
University of Texas at Austin?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. I stand corrected. Speaking of orange, Tennessee. My lord, what they did to Kent State this weekend.
Danny's Longhorns. Oh, excuse me. Danny's Volunteers.
Volunteers.
It's the oranges. Yeah. The oranges get me all mixed up.
65 points in the first half on their way to a 71-0 win against Kent State.
What happened in the second half? They couldn't score more?
I think out of respect.
Okay, I like that.
They did kick 2 field goals.
Not that they needed to score more, but, I mean, if I'm the head coach, I'm like, listen, guys, I'm glad we didn't, stomp on their throat. Well, I guess they did, but I'm glad we didn't rub their nose in it. But 2 field goals second half is the best.
I'm sure the starters were not playing.
Yeah, probably. That's insane.
I mean, 9 touchdowns and a safety in the first half. Final stats: 740 yards to 112 yards was the box score.
And I thought the first half of the Cowboys was bad on Sunday, but that's even worse.
That's insane. 65. I mean, you put up 65. You see that in college games when there's a mismatch with a small school versus a big school. But
9 touchdowns? Did you say that?
9 touchdowns.
9 touchdowns. That's like some Madden type shit.
That's nuts. Absolute dominance.
Wow.
Another orange mention: Stanford at Syracuse tomorrow. Nico, where are you at?
Are you gonna text him?
Yeah, definitely gonna have to text him.
Battle of the oranges.
You know what?
Battle of the S. I'm fucking up tonight. Battle of the S's.
Battle of the S's. Battle of the colors. Cardinal versus orange.
ACC.
ACC, first ACC matchup for Stanford.
Wow.
Yeah, in their history.
This is
hopefully one of few.
This is fun. This is fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna text Nico right now.
Right now? What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna take a picture of the ESPN thing and say, "You ready for this, bitch?" All right, here we go.
That is cool though. Who's favored? I'm sure.
Syracuse by 8.5.
Okay, that's more than I thought. Or no, that's not. I thought it'd be more than that.
Yeah, Syracuse is 2-0, so they got some aspirations here.
Given that Stanford's played Cal Poly and Sac State so far.
Cal Poly and TCU, dude. Okay, they gave TCU a run for their money.
They did. I watched some of that game.
That was a good game.
It was good.
They let us slip away. All right, I'm gonna say, "You ready, bitch?"
We'll see if I texted him earlier today. He ghosted me, so we'll see if he texts you back.
See how froggy he's feeling.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just trying to get some rest for tomorrow's game.
Yeah. On a Friday, though, it's kind of weak. It should be on a Saturday.
Yeah.
The game, but
they're probably trying to get some viewers.
Yeah, true.
All right, let's recap last week's picks.
How'd I do?
Not good, Gage. I'm really sorry.
Damn.
You backed up your 3-0 week 1 with an 0-3 week 2.
Oh my god.
I went 2-1, so I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
We are both 3-3 on the season now.
Bad.
Yeah, I mean, you had LSU. They won outright, but they did not cover the 7. Arizona, you had +7. They got scraped. And Oregon State +16.5. Also,
yeah,
absolutely right.
I did see that one.
I won that Kansas State Arizona bet. Also got Boston College plus the 16 points against Missouri, and I lost my Wisconsin versus Alabama bet. So it was kind of similar to your Oregon State.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Who you got this week?
I got number 15, Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner, +7.5 against number 6, Tennessee.
That's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a good one.
SEC matchup.
Yeah, it's just Oklahoma being that SEC.
It's weird, yeah.
Weird. Pick number 18, Michigan, +6.5 against number 11, USC. I know Michigan got smacked by Texas. Was it last week, 2 weeks ago?
But Texas or USC is not Texas, so
exactly.
Yeah.
And Michigan's at home.
Yeah.
I think it's a little disrespect. I understand, but I'm going to give Michigan the benefit.
Yeah, it's the backup quarterback thing. The offense has been pretty underwhelming, even in the other games they played. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
And I'm picking number 13, Kansas, -7.5 against BYU. Sorry,
that's
Steve
Kansas State,
Young.
not Kansas.
Oh,
yeah,
Kansas State.
Yeah. Anyways, same thing.
Against BYU. Sorry, Steve
Yeah.
Young. Sorry, I can't think of the. Never mind.
Brigham.
Oh no! It was like
Zach Wilson.
Who like their god is like those kind of people.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Not my game.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get religious on you.
Got Wildcats, dude.
Yeah.
I am taking number 14 Oklahoma State -2.5 at home versus number 12 Utah. Big 12 matchup right there. This line actually flipped. It was -2 in favor of Utah to start the week, but all the money's on Oklahoma State, so I'm going to put my mouth there as well. Also, like I said before the season, zero hedging. I'm riding the Iowa train. They're getting back on the board.
You better hope
with
so.
a W. I'm taking a -2.5 at rival Minnesota this week. And last but not least, I'm challenging you in the Tennessee-Oklahoma matchup. I'm going to take Tennessee -7.5.
How dare you?
In Boomer Sooner land.
Yeah. I'm really trying to figure this out, but it's really not that important.
Rocky Chalk.
Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith, okay. Not the most generic name of all time.
Yeah, it's almost like it didn't. It's almost like it isn't real,
right?
But it's none of my business. So, sorry, Steve Young. Sorry, Joseph Smith.
I'm sure apology accepted.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. I'm not really worried about it. I still can't believe Steve Young is related to Brigham Young.
Yeah, isn't that pretty sick? Like great grandson.
It's crazy.
Something like that.
It's crazy. It's like I feel like I'd have an ego if that was the case.
You think Brigham Young was like thinking he was going to be breeding NFL quarterbacks?
No, probably not. No, probably not. I don't think so. No. I don't think.
I'm not even sure Steve Young's dad thought that.
Given that football probably wasn't even a thing back when
no,
Brigham
definitely
Young was
not.
alive.
Definitely not.
So.
Actually, I'd be curious to know how old Brigham Young would be today. Obviously, it's like well over 100.
Oh my God, it has to be more than that, right?
I mean, universities aren't that old.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's probably was born in like the mid 1800s.
You know Jimmy Carter's almost 100? The former president?
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
He turns 100 like in 10 days.
Because wasn't he an old president?
When he was elected?
Like when he was in office, yeah.
Couldn't tell
I think he was like at least in his 60s. Brigham Young was born, he's older than I thought. He was born 1801.
So he would be, your math was, let me know.
223 years old.
Hey.
So yeah, well before football.
Was baseball around when he was there? Yeah.
He died like right around Major League Baseball being incepted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, not football though.
No, not football. Too old for that. Sorry, bud. Anyhow, NFL. Take it away.
Do you think Steve Young even had a choice in being religious or not? Like your great grandfather's Brigham Young.
He may not be religious.
He went to BYU.
You think Zach Wilson is religious? To some degree.
I mean, don't we know that to some degree he isn't?
Yeah, right. So there you go.
He probably prays and all that, but when it comes to like hitting the sheets, I don't think he cares.
Nice.
I'm just saying. But yes, on to the NFL. Some news, some scary news actually. Tua Tagovailoa suffered another major concussion. This
happened during our last episode.
Yeah.
We didn't really realize the severity until afterwards, but yeah.
It's just... Was this his third major concussion he's had?
Yeah, I believe so.
Or third major since Alabama, too?
Yeah, because he had one there and second in the NFL.
Obviously, he's going to be out. He's on at least out for the next 4 games on IR.
I think it's a good call. Like, at the very least, let him get his mind straight and get healthy.
Talk to doctors. I think he really has to consider his future.
Oh, for sure. And I wouldn't blame him if he retired.
No, I wouldn't either. I mean, he's still really young, and luckily he just signed a contract where I think no matter what, he still gets a lot of guaranteed money.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Which I'm not trying to make it all about the money, but when you're that young, I mean, it's nice to have that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Let's say he didn't sign a contract until next year, he would be.
Oh yeah, he'd be kind of screwed.
Exactly. But on the football side of it, if you're a Dolphins fan, this kind of stinks,
right?
Because he had a great year last year. He stayed healthy, if I'm not mistaken, all throughout the whole season. Mm-hmm. And now you got to deal with this for at least the next 4 games.
Yeah, it's a tough blow.
I mean, they still have all the players on the team. The Dolphins do. Just now the quarterback's not there, so you're kind of like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And how do you...
And, Skylar Thompson, he kind of showed that he's not it.
No. And Mike McDaniel is a really good play caller. He knows how to... He's kind of like a mini Kyle Shanahan. He understands how to make it work. But I don't know how you could...
Yeah.
I mean, how much you could do with Skylar Thompson.
Right.
With all due respect to Skylar Thompson.
Yeah. Because, he played in that playoff game a couple years ago, and it was not pretty.
That's true.
Against the Bills, right? Yeah. Well, he almost beat them, but it was not pretty. The only thing that's bothered me about this whole thing is how many people have come out saying that he needs to retire, and it's like, why don't we just take a step back for a second and let him let him recover, and then let him think about it. It's it's his decision. I'm sure he's gonna make the right decision for himself.
Absolutely.
And and his family. But I think it's weird how many people. I mean, I know players. A lot of players have said it, and even the pundits or whatever have said it as well. I just and I don't think it's a bad take. I just think it's let's give the man a chance to think about it, and make his own decision.
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, he in last offseason met with people about how to slide properly.
Clearly didn't.
Clearly not in that time. It didn't work last week, but
it's really hard to
It shows that he's trying to make the right steps to avoid those kind of things. Unfortunately, it just happened again.
Yeah, and he clearly did not make a very safe slide on that play. He dove forward trying to get yardage, and ironically, DeMar Hamlin was there to meet him.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. So. For Tua, my thoughts are with you.
Yeah, I hope he. I would love to see him play because
absolutely
that'd be a really sad way to end your career after having. He had a really awesome season last year.
Yeah, he did.
If you just look at the raw numbers,
Yeah.
And took the Dolphins back to the playoffs.
So hopefully in 5 or 6 weeks he can come back and be as good as he can be, right?
That's right.
Bryce Young, Panthers now backup quarterback, benched after another underwhelming performance, and now my former boy Andy Dalton.
The red rifle. Get ready, Raiders. Here he comes.
I mean, Devin asked me today. She's like, "I want you guys to talk about this on the podcast." And she said, "Do you think Bryce Young should ask for a trade?"
I don't think so. I mean, a lot of people took this as they're giving up on him, which I can understand, but I don't think that his time is necessarily done there. I mean, I think he probably. I'm thinking that the coach doesn't want. He wants to win games for sure.
Yeah,
it's his first year. He wants to make a good impression on the ownership,
of course,
and the fan base. But at the same time, like, he probably saw a guy out there that didn't belong out there because he's just not ready, and wants to give him a chance to sit behind a veteran for a little bit and get some intel.
I don't think Bryce Young's ready.
He doesn't look like it at all.
No. I don't even think it has anything to do with his size, and it could be a little bit. We know small guys can play in the NFL. This is not new news.
Yeah.
But I think he needs more time to maybe be a backup, kind of be like what we're seeing now.
Drake May sighting.
Coming in.
Yeah.
I think could do wonders for Bryce Young's career.
Yeah,
And then do I think a change of scenery could also help? Yeah, but I think we should kind of pump the brakes on immediately asking for some kind of a trade, and I think he should, just try to absorb as much as he can from, we can laugh it's Andy Dalton, but Andy Dalton's been...
He's been a pro for a long time.
He's been a pro for a long time. He took the Bengals to 6 straight playoff appearances, even though they didn't win any of them.
Right.
But the guy has experience, and he does know how to play the game, and if I'm Bryce Young, I would just try my absolute best to just take in everything he says.
100%. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is certainly possible that he just isn't ever going to be good enough.
That's true.
Because he's a small guy. We haven't seen a ton of small guys be successful. Not that it's impossible, but at this point, he just does not look like he's capable of playing in the NFL right now.
Also doesn't help that he's being compared to C.J. Stroud, who's an absolute baller right now.
Yeah.
And he got drafted before him.
I was hearing some talk about the last few drafts of quarterbacks, and not a ton of them are having a lot of success. It's really C.J. Stroud, and you take Brock Purdy, but he's also been put in a perfect situation.
Yeah,
and he was not a high draft pick.
No, it was the closest thing to being undrafted as you can be.
Exactly.
So Bryce Young, it's just the Panthers. They're not good.
No,
they're not.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything around him, but I don't blame the coach for doing what he did. He's got to try and win some ball games.
So week 2, this last week, of course. Raiders upset the Ravens 26-23, which I did not see coming. Probably upset of the week.
It was not going to happen in the fourth quarter until the Ravens just decided to melt down.
Yeah. This was also in Baltimore, so let's give Raiders their flowers there too.
Big
Gardner Minshew, also Brock Bowers is already becoming a stud.
Yeah, he's good.
Hasn't made it to the end zone yet, but I think he had 11 catches in the last game or something like that. Double-digit catches. I believe
that's right, yeah. Something like that.
People are talking a lot of shit about his hairline. You know what, Brock Bowers? I don't give a fuck what they say. You do you.
Shave it, dude.
Do whatever you can.
Shave it.
Just keep catching the footballs, okay?
Yeah.
Because you're really good at it, and I applaud you. Ravens now are 0-2. Did not see that coming. Not looking good for my AFC pick for the Super Bowl. But, hey,
You think they still make the playoffs? Yeah, I think they do.
I do, because they're going to spank the Cowboys this week. I'll tell you that much right now. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah. They have plenty of opportunities.
I still think they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah. There's a lot of 0-2 teams that are still, I believe, have a chance. Mm-hmm. Bengals being one of them as well.
Because in that division, the only team I'm really scared of to maybe win it besides them right now is the Bengals, and they're also 0-2.
Right.
I mean, because the Steelers, I know are they 2-0?
They're 2-0.
Which you gotta respect that. But I think you ask any real football fan or any football fan in general, they're going to say, I don't think the Steelers can win the game.
No. I mean, the Steelers, I believe, have scored 1 touchdown.
And the Browns, they could be dark horse.
Yeah. I got to see more from Deshaun Watson. I mean, he played better this past week, but I got to see more.
So I'm not too worried about the Ravens, but let's say they lose to the Cowboys for some strange reason. Then I'll be like, okay, they're 0-3.
Then be a little more panic, yeah.
More panic. That's why I think it could get ugly. Because they
the desperation
they got to win it. It's almost like a have-to-have it game.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Buccaneers, they beat the Lions 20-16 in Detroit.
Big win for Baker.
Your boy Baker Mayfield, game-winning 11-yard touchdown run with 34 seconds remaining. Good for Baker.
I know. He's up to a good start. Gotta love it.
And I saw something on SportsCenter. They were asking Baker about Bryce Young. And, Baker...
I did see that,
it's former, pretty much like the same kind of situation. Both first picks, first spot, didn't work out at all.
Yeah.
And then
Playing
Baker,
for terrible organizations.
Yeah, Baker bounced around. He went to the Panthers, and he also went to the Rams for like a day.
Yeah.
But won a football game for him.
He did. He did. It was mean.
So, it was cool to see that. It was cool to see that.
Yeah.
And the Lions, I think it was both of our picks. Actually, I think I might pick the Packers to win the division night this year.
I think you did, yes.
Although I'm not loving that because of, obviously, the Jordan Love situation.
Right. But he might be back.
But the Lions, 1 touchdown and 7 red zone opportunities.
That's bad.
Who do they think they are? The Cowboys?
And that's kind of what the Niners did the other day as well.
So, hey, the Bucks 2-0, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there was real reason to think there would be some regression. I mean, it's a bad division. And Baker had a great season last year, but it's not like we know Baker to be a great quarterback.
He won a playoff game.
He won a playoff game, too. Yeah. So, but yeah.
That's more than Dak Prescott did.
Yeah. And to this point, he avenged that loss against the Lions just this past Sunday. So,
absolutely.
Good for him.
Chiefs beat the Bengals. You know how bad Bengals fans want to call Burrowhead again.
Oh, I know.
Ooh.
They were that close.
Of course, the Chiefs won 26-25 on a walk-off 51-yard field goal, which is not an easy field goal to
Not
kick.
a gimme.
By Harrison Butker, America's favorite. It's just the Chiefs. They just find ways to win.
They're turning into the Tom Brady Patriots. They really are.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Mahomes this season has not been anything special.
In that game in particular, he didn't have. He threw for 150 yards.
So some people are calling one of his worst games as a professional. So,
but hey, do you think he cares?
No.
They still got the dip.
No, I think he has entered that part of his career where he doesn't care about lighting it up, and neither does Andy Reid. They just want to find a way to win games. They want to be in the playoffs because they know how to get it done when they get there.
Yeah. And we caught a good amount of this game.
Yeah.
Chiefs Bengals. And I would say this was going into the week. This was probably the game of the week. Just given the history, given the fact that Joe Burrow's actually gotten the quote unquote the best of Patrick Mahomes,
more than anyone else. You could
besides Tom Brady,
right?
So it was a good one. I know a lot of people don't like the Chiefs. I don't mind the Chiefs for obvious reasons. That's just me.
Yeah.
So that was a good one.
And I think it sucks for the Bengals too because they controlled this game. They really did. They didn't lead it from wire to wire, but they were the better team and they found a way to lose.
Yeah, Joe Burrow didn't look happy at the end, which I don't blame him.
No.
Because between this game and then the AC Championship when they pushed Mahomes out, and they got the extra 15 and kicked field goal to win, Joe Burrow's probably feeling like, man, I could beat this guy anytime,
right. Yeah.
anytime, any day.
He's done enough to do it pretty much every time they play.
Yeah,
yeah.
Falcons beat the Eagles. Thank goodness. That was what a game.
That was a good game.
22-21 on Monday Night Football. Kirk Cousins.
Coupons, baby.
Is he a guy or is he a jag?
He's a jag.
Is he?
Give me some more playoff ones, dude. He's a jag.
Okay. But he did lead a game-winning touchdown drive, which is rare for him, given his history of playing on primetime games.
Good point.
In the final minute 30, Saquon Barkley, of course, love it.
That was a tough drop.
Dropped the game-sealing pass. What we would assume to be the game-sealing pass, because hit him in the hands. Nobody was in front of him. There's someone behind him. I think he would have turned it.
It would have had the first down.
It might have been a touchdown. I mean, it could have been close.
Could have even been a touchdown.
You never know. And it's just, doesn't that kind of seem like a Sirianni type call?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with the call. I mean, they made the play, and Saquon catches that pass at least 9 out of 10 times. He just didn't own that one. So
yeah.
I do love that it stings for Philly fans.
I heard somebody say that Nick Sirianni doesn't even do anything. He just is like a cheerleader for him because he doesn't call plays.
He doesn't call plays anymore. No.
So I love when Philly fans are. Well, actually, not because I don't care about the Phillies or I don't care about the Flyers.
Yeah.
Or the Sixers. It's more just the Eagles fans.
Right.
When Eagles fans cry, cry Eagles cry. That's all I got to say.
I will say when the Giants and Phillies played in the playoffs that one year, it was really nice to beat the Phillies because I feel like they thought they were the hot shit. They'd gone to the previous 2 World Series.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're the Eagles, man, this has to make you just sick.
Yeah.
On the verge of being 2-0. Like, even SVP was saying, we'll go into after the game, we'll go into the visitor or the game-winning locker room. It looks like to be the home team.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, and then the Falcons end up winning the game.
Nice.
I mean, because
nice jinx.
Even my mom was like, "Oh, I caught some of the Eagles-Falcons game, and I saw the Eagles won." And I was like, "No, they didn't."
Yeah.
She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, they didn't win." She's like, "Oh, I must turn it off."
It's interesting because like I can understand how you felt like the Eagles had it in the bag.
Yeah.
Even though they settled for the field goal, no one felt like Kirk Cousins was going to lead him down the field.
No.
And he did it with relative ease, honestly.
I mean, he made it. I've never seen Kirk Cousins be that confident, I don't think, in the pocket ever.
Yeah. I think the drive was actually less than a minute. It was like 56 seconds or something like that. Yeah. So, good for him.
The Vikings actually beat your 49ers.
Yeah.
23-17. I didn't catch any of this game, just checked in on the score a bunch of times, so you could probably tell you more about it than...
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings really had not much trouble moving the ball against the Niners. The defense, they couldn't stop them for the most part. The only time they were able to stop them was when they turned the ball over, the Vikings, that was. And honestly, this game was 2 amazing plays by Fred Warner away from being a rout. I mean...
From what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been at least another 6 points for the Vikings, if not 2 more touchdowns. So,
damn, the Cowboys play on Thursday next week? Jeez.
Oh boy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and Brock didn't have his best game. He had a couple bad turnovers. Was thrown into some tight windows. The stats actually on paper they look better than his Week 1 win against the Jets, but yeah, overall not his best game. Yeah, I do think even though Jordan Mason's been great on the ground, they probably missed McCaffrey in the passing game a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because he's such a mismatch. So yeah, I think some things to clean up. Although I'm not terribly shocked for one that they lost the game, and two, I don't. It actually doesn't bother me that much that they lost. Get this thing out of the way early. Mm-hmm. Last year they rode a 5-game winning streak to start the season, and they went on that 3-game losing streak, and then they got hot again, and so it just kind of like I feel like when you're on a winning streak, it like builds up more pressure than necessary to like keep it going.
Yeah.
And the regular season just, I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but you got to just get to the playoffs and have some good momentum going into the playoffs.
I'm really not trying to rub it in, but did they, after that 3-game losing streak, did they not lose a game until the Super Bowl?
They didn't lose until Christmas when they lost to the Ravens.
Right, yes.
And then they lost again to the Rams in that meaningless game at the end of the year.
That one, yeah. But, Sam Darnold revenge game.
Yeah, he was good. He other than his the bad interception he threw, he was very good. I mean, he had the long bomb over the top to Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
And he pretty much just made all the plays. It kind of looked like what, and Kevin O'Connell's a really good coach, offensively anyways, and it kind of just looked like what the Niners do for Brock Purdy and setting him up for success and just asking the guys to make the throws.
Yeah. Brock Purdy, interesting stat that you probably know already. He is in his regular season career, he's 14-2, the 2 losses, or in the NFC.
Yeah.
14-2 against NFC teams. The only 2 losses are to the Vikings.
It's funny. I looked up his college stats to see if he ever played Minnesota. And he never did, just to see if maybe there was kryptonite.
That would have been,
like that state.
Good, yeah.
But no appearances against Minnesota in college. But yeah, it's funny, and like we talked about, I think last week, the Niners have not beaten the Vikings in Minnesota since 1992.
That's incredible.
Which obviously this team has nothing to do with those past teams, but still,
it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing. It's a thing.
Also, Deebo Samuel out for a couple weeks.
Yeah, Deebo's out.
Not good for my fantasy team, but we move.
Yeah, and I don't know if we mentioned it, but Christian McCaffrey is officially on the IR.
Yes,
because I don't know if that was official yet last week.
I don't know if it was either. Yeah. So that means he's out for at least the next 3 games.
3 more games after. Yeah,
and
starting this week. Yeah,
but then we don't know if he's even after.
But right, we don't know when he's going to actually be ready. And George Kittle also questionable for this coming week.
And is it? Because I keep hearing on the radio like we'll just have McCaffrey, we'll just rest him and we'll get him ready for the playoffs. Doesn't that feel like kind of cocky a little bit? Don't we feel like wouldn't you be worried as a fan, like him just coming in like let's say week 8? Like you really expect him to just?
Oh no, it's going to take him some time to get rolling, but
I like the rust off, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he keeps himself in amazing shape, I'm sure, but still, like it's real live football. There's nothing like it.
Well, yeah, and they're going to ease him back in, and even when he is in there, they're probably not going to abuse him. So I do think, like, if they're playing well without having to use him a lot, I think it's totally cool to just say, yeah, we're going to, quote unquote, save him for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But to assume that we're just going to be there without his services, I think is irresponsible,
Yeah,
to say the least. It's going to be an interesting one with the Rams this weekend. Both teams hurting quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how you figure out a line for that game.
Yeah.
Being Vegas, or whoever does the lines for.
I mean, I guess you just kind of take like what you saw last week and apply it as best you can. I mean, the Rams got run off the field by the Cardinals yesterday or on Sunday.
Really bad.
Yeah.
The Saints.
Speaking of getting run off the field. Sorry.
God. Saints beat the Cowboys 44-19, and it really wasn't even that close.
Yeah.
It was. I caught probably the first quarter of this game. And I think I texted you guys after the Saints probably scored their second touchdown. I said they're not gonna punt maybe twice this game. And they might have after that, like after Derek Carr went out. But this was so reminiscent of the Packers playoff game.
Yeah.
And you made the good point, hey, at least it's week 2, not January. I completely agree.
Yeah.
But still, it's almost like once the Cowboys lose to the Ravens next week, it's going to start becoming a thing. Like, can the Cowboys win at home anymore? They're going to start talking like that. I guarantee.
Right. Yeah.
They're going to start talking like that. I promise you.
Well, I mean, the undefeated at home thing last regular season was probably too good to be true. Like that, they just had that much of a home field advantage.
There was a Seahawks game that they could have lost, and the Lions game they probably should have lost.
Right.
So. But I mean, so I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to people listening or watching. I after the first quarter, I didn't watch the rest of it, and after I saw the score at half, I checked out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not. Why would I pay attention? The game's over. Knowing the Cowboys, how I know them, they were not coming back from that kind of deficit.
It looked like they just couldn't stop a nosebleed on defense.
No, they couldn't.
Saints scored on 6 touchdowns on the first 6 drives of the game, which is pretty incredible.
Well, and the Saints right now, like they are on a.
They're killing teams.
They're on a heater right now.
They've scored 91 points, I believe, already this season in 2 games.
It's incredible. So.
Dak did not have a great game either. It looked like a couple picks.
It's just all happening.
It's happening.
It's not good. It's not good at all. But the good thing that came out of this game was it was another scoregami. Two straight weeks of the scoregami.
That's right. With our teams being involved in both of them.
Yes, 44-19 has never happened before, except on Sunday, the 1,086th unique score in NFL history.
Yeah, 44-19 is a funky one.
Yeah, and also if you're the Cowboys, I originally wrote my notes, throw away the tape, but I think the defense needs to watch this entire game.
Yeah, see how embarrassed they were.
Sit the defense down and say, you know what, you're watching this entire game with commercials.
Yeah.
And you're going to sit here and realize what you did wrong. Right? Why not?
With commercials. That's why.
You're going to sit here for like 3.5 hours. Because that's how it works.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be interesting to see how, are the Saints for real or not? Because obviously they did that to the Panthers, who are not a good team.
Yeah.
Or I believe it was the Panthers. Week 1?
Who?
The Saints? Is that who they beat?
I think so, yeah.
Don't have my facts straight, but I'm going to roll with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be interesting to see if if this is how good they are. Like, are they going to be a team that is putting up a lot of points week in and week out? So
I'm not going to buy into it yet.
I mean, either. I'm not ready to dive in on some Derek Carr stock, but
that being said, Derek Carr, guy or a jag?
Oh, he's a jag.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a jag.
I would probably agree with you because I have to think about it. It means he's a jag.
I can't base 2 games after having such a mediocre middle of his career to justify calling him a guy.
Okay. Fair enough. And like I said earlier, Cowboys, they play the Ravens next week. And if you remember from last week, or 2 weeks ago, the Gage's guarantee.
That's right.
That means the Cowboys will lose. And if they don't, I'll be drinking Mad Dog 2020, watching the Cowboys game here next Thursday.
Can't wait.
A prediction, I'm not going to say it's bold. If it is, we don't have liquor in here, so it doesn't matter. Lamar Jackson's going to rush for 120 yards next week.
120.
I bet at least 120.
Interesting.
It's going to be so bad. It's not going to be pretty. It really won't. I could see the Ravens winning this game by 3 touchdowns.
I almost want to put a bet on the Cowboys now.
I'm just telling you.
Although I don't need to, because you're going to have to drink MB 2020 if they win.
Like, if we all happen to be watching football on Sunday, I'm not even going to want you to throw on the Cowboy game. Let's just watch the Niners. I don't even want to watch the Cowboys. The game's going to be that bad.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, just take my word for it. I promise you, it's not going to be pretty. And I hope Jerry Jones watches this whole thing and he realizes what he's done to this franchise.
Look what you've done.
Look what you have done. And that is my Cowboys TED Talk for week 2. Come back next week.
Round of applause.
Come back next week.
It'll be great next week.
It'll be great.
Especially after they win.
No, they're not going to win next week. It's just not happening. Like, you don't believe that.
I don't know. I mean, they're only a 1-point dog at home.
That to me does not mean shit.
Ravens have been underwhelming.
You think I care about what ESPN Bet has to say?
Ravens defense, clearly not what it was last year.
It doesn't matter. They can't stop a nosebleed. The Ravens like to run, and Lamar Jackson is like another running back.
Maybe the Saints are that good. You never know.
Yeah, okay, we'll see.
And what did the bettors say? The teams are never as good or bad as they were the week before. Boom. Final thoughts from week 2?
I beat you in our ISR fantasy matchup.
Yeah, I'll shake your hand.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Saquon didn't have that 50-point performance I was looking for.
No, he did not.
Sorry to say.
But Bijan also had he had a good game.
He had a fun game, yeah. The New York Giants became the second team ever to score at least 3 touchdowns and allow 0 touchdowns in the same game and lose the game. They lost to the Commanders 21-18. Apparently their kicker, I don't know if he injured himself before the game or on the opening kickoff or something like that, but he was unable to kick extra points, which is why they only scored 18 points on those 3 touchdowns. Austin Seibert, field goal kicker for the Commanders, former Oklahoma Sooner.
Did anybody have him on their fantasy team?
I don't believe so.
Wow.
He's the 5th leading scorer in college football history.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I believe the Lions' new kicker is the all-time leading scorer, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow, 7 for 7 for Seibert from the field.
So, were you talking about the New York Giants or the San Francisco Giants?
The San Francisco Giants would find a way to do something like this.
Yeah.
Nice. Also, like you mentioned, Deebo Samuel going to be out for at least a couple games. Cooper Kupp also going to be shelved for a little while. Isaiah Pacheco for the Chiefs on IR, unfortunately for them. So
I think out 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, they picked up Kareem Hunt. You see that?
I did.
Interesting.
I picked up
reunion.
I picked up Samaje Perine in our fantasy league.
Is he one of their backs? And I saw who's the other guy that's probably going to be the starter?
The Crocodile Hunter. The white dude, yeah.
The Crocodile Hunter. Didn't Devin pick him up?
She put like 60 large on him.
Nice.
And I looked at her bench. I'm like, babe, you got a bunch of running backs.
I looked on, and she got a bunch of guys that are projected double-digit points.
That's all I'm saying.
Sheesh.
I know. I was like, you know,
make a trade, dog.
I was like, dude. I mean, she wants receivers, but I'm like, I don't have anybody right now. Well, I do, but like, you know.
Yeah.
But she has a lot of running back depth. I'm like, babe, you didn't have to drop that much money on this dude.
I know. I thought that was she should have gone out.
But hey, you know what?
Receiver.
Her team. She can do what she wants.
It's her team.
She's 1-1. She got to win. Proud of her.
Had a girl. Gage, who's your player of the week?
My player of the week, Kyler Murray.
Nice call.
17 for 21, 266 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 59 yards rushing, and he had a perfect passer rating.
Bingo. They smoked the Rams. That was late work.
Yeah, that was easy.
Finally got Marvin Harrison involved.
How many did he have? 3 touchdowns?
I believe it was 2.
2?
Yeah, he had a big game, though.
Yeah.
A lot of yards.
Welcome to the league.
Yeah, that's right. My player of the week, Alvin Kamara. Sorry. 180 total yards, 4 touchdowns.
It's a great pick. That one went right over my head. Didn't even think about it. I think I picked Kyler because we were watching the game. I was like, yeah, it's a pretty damn good game.
James Cook, honorable mention from last Thursday night. He had a great game. 3 touchdowns.
He did.
Yeah. Go Bills.
I should have drafted him. I still think about it. It's okay. I could have.
Nice.
But it's all good. Emerson, did Justin Tucker get 10 fantasy points this
week? He did!
Hey-o.
12, as a matter of fact.
Okay, congrats, Danny. You're 1 for 2.
1 for 2.
1 for 2.
Pretty close to automatic.
Does he have any idea that we're doing this for him? So?
No,
okay.
He does not. Although, interesting note, he did miss another 50-plus yard field goal. Makes him 0-2 on the season. 1 for 7 since the start of last year on 50-plus yarders. Something interesting from a guy who's known as the Golden Boot.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. Longest field goal in NFL history.
Yep. Do you have a guy or a jag?
Yes.
Who do you got?
Nico Collins. Is he a guy or just a guy?
He's a jag, so I got to think about it. But I know he leads the league in receiving yards.
He's a beast.
I think can soon become a guy.
I think he's already a guy. He reminds me of Calvin Johnson a little bit.
Okay.
Just like big. I mean, he's not quite as like in the chest area.
Okay.
But he's a fucking monster out there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you'll in 2 weeks you'll reconsider.
Okay. I can't wait.
I'm giving you 2 weeks just to decide again.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You got anyone for me? Or did you already throw them at me?
I said Derek Carr.
Okay.
And you said Jag. No,
He is Jag.
No hezzy.
Jag. Kirk Cousins, Jag.
One other thing I wanted to mention before we get into our picks from last week and this week. Pro Football Hall of Fame first-time nominees for people that could possibly get into the Hall of Fame. I just want to throw the names to you because it's a good list. So Eli Manning, Marshawn Lynch, Darren Sproles, Demaryius Thomas, Vernon Davis, Delaney Walker, Travis Frederick, Ryan Khalil, Joe Staley, Marshall Yanda, who I've never heard of before.
I remember that guy.
Luke Kuechly, Terrell Suggs.
A lot of good names, yeah.
Antone Bethea. No.
Oh, yeah, Antoine Bethea.
Antoine Bethea, thank you.
Pretty good player.
Keith Talib, Earl Thomas, and Adam Vinatieri. Are any of those guys locks? I think Adam Vinatieri is a lock for,
he'll be
for
in.
first ballot. Like, these guys are available to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Can I see the list?
I think it's got to be Adam Vinatieri and Eli Manning. Maybe not.
To me, I mean, I know Eli's probably going to get in, but I don't think he's a Hall of Famer personally. I'm on the other side because I know there are, there's people that think the 2 Super Bowls are automatic. I don't necessarily think that way.
Okay.
I know he beat the GOAT
Twice.
Yeah, twice. I think that's tough. I mean, I think Luke Kuechly gets in there.
First ballot?
Yeah, maybe.
My whole thing right now is first. I think Eli Manning will get in.
Yeah.
But my question is, are any of these guys first ballot?
I think Earl Thomas and Luke Kuechly are probably the guys off the top of my head. I can't believe Delaney Walker's on this list. I mean, Vernon Davis, that's cool that he's there.
Yeah.
I don't know if he even gets in, but Vernon was a good player. Yeah, Darren Sproles too. Marshawn maybe. Marshawn was really good.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it sounds funny because he's a kicker, but Adam Vinatieri I think is a lot.
Yeah, I think he'll be.
He should be.
Yeah.
I mean, Terrell Suggs, he was pretty damn.
He was good. Yeah. I don't know if I think of him as like first ballot. Like, did he only retire 5 years ago?
Well, I think that's how long it takes.
Yeah, but like I just feel like he's been retired for like 10 years.
Well, it had to have been. I think it was probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I saw it and I thought it was interesting to talk about for a second. I think it's Vinatieri and then probably Manning. Yeah. People say Luke Kuechly. Maybe Luke Kuechly.
Yeah, Luke Kuechly. I mean, he won Defensive Player of the Year, so.
Yeah. So.
Good player. Picks.
Okay. I had a good week. I know I did.
2-1.
Okay.
You did not net any money, but 2-1.
Okay.
So
am I still in the negative overall?
Yes, you are negative 600. I had a rough week, 0-3. I'm now negative 800. 1-5. Yeah, I'm 1-5 on the year. You're 2-4.
Okay.
Negative 600. We gotta turn this shit around. It's about time.
We had a good year last year.
We did. You especially. So, I had a good first 2/3 of the year, and then I took a tailspin. But yeah, overall, 2023 was good to us.
Okay, now I'm kind of scared.
I think you just got to shoot it.
Okay.
Just got to let her rip and hope for the best.
With that being said, what were you gonna say? Something?
No.
Okay. I'm going my $300 pick. Shocker! I'm doubling down on my Gage's guarantee.
No hedging.
Ravens -1 against the Cowboys, and it's going to be a lot more than 1. I'm surprised they're getting 1.
Okay.
Should be 10. You would still cover for those 10.
Yeah.
My $200 pick. Raiders -5 against the now Andy Dalton led Panthers.
Beast.
Do you like that?
Yeah, great. Cool.
And a $100 bet I'm going Cardinals +3 at home against the Lions.
Interesting pick. I think that's going to be a good one.
I think that'll be a good game.
Yeah.
I like that.
For me, I am taking the Pittsburgh Steelers -1.5 at home against the Chargers. Justin Herbert may or may not play. If he does play, he's going to be a little hobbled. So I don't like his prospects against the that Pittsburgh front seven.
Okay.
I'm also taking the 0-2 Indianapolis Colts -1.5 against the Bears. I think they need a win. They're at home playing a rookie quarterback. I don't care who it is. Caleb Williams hasn't even been good this year.
Yeah.
So I'm taking them to cover 1.5 points, get the W that they need.
Do you think Sauce Gardner's first name is Sauce?
It is not. I think we looked it up last week.
We did, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's something basic, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
My last pick, for $100, I'm going with my San Francisco 49ers. No hedging, -6.5 at the Rams. A lot of injuries on both sides, but the Rams have a lot of injuries on the offensive line. I think that bodes well for the 49ers. Matthew Stafford's going to be looking at the stars all game long. Can't wait.
That's why I'm probably dropping his ass in fantasy for either Justin Fields or Gardner Minshew. Yeah. So I'll let you know how that goes. Yeah, I mean they're playing Levi South. Can't spell SoFi without SF. It's just, coming off a loss, Matt Stafford, like you said.
Yeah. Give me some. Give me some.
But if the Niners lose, how bad are you going to be down?
That's going to be not great. I'm not going to be surprised if they lose, but I'm riding the train this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to be shocked if they lose.
Also, your boy Fred Warner was not Defensive Player of the Week. Are you sad?
Unbelievable. Well, he did that in a losing effort, so what can you really say?
I think
he was great, though.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, also, Aiden Hutchinson, didn't he have like 4.5 sacks? Did he get the defensive player?
I think he did, but no.
And also in a losing effort, though.
He lost.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or no, I think it might have been someone else. No, I think I heard it was the Falcons defender who caught Jalen Hurts' final interception.
Oh, okay.
I think he had another play in that game too or something like that. But they won that game, so I think that makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the picks.
Cheers to some W's this week.
Oh, we're good. We need to go on a heater.
Mm-hmm. I'm already 4 games under 500.
I mean, what am I at? 4?
2 games under 500.
2, okay. Yeah. You're one if okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't have a good first week, and I had a 0 this past week.
Woo!
Yeah, not a good start.
God damn. Okay.
Hopefully we finish strong.
That was easy.
It's time for
last call.
So Nico did text back.
Did he?
Yeah. Did he text you back?
No, that fucker.
What a bastard.
I'll text him again about Conklin. Conklin. Who did I say Conklin?
I was like, what is that? He said, "I'm going to soil your pants."
Such a Nico
That is
answer.
a very Nico
Such
thing to
a
say.
Nico answer. My God. Love him.
I'm gonna send him the "Can't Wait" Bart Scott gift.
You can't go wrong. It's one of the best GIFs of all time.
It's great.
Also, I'm not gonna let it slide. You said GIF. It's wrong.
GIF, whatever. What does the guy say? Is it
I think the inventor of the GIF calls it GIF.
Okay, fair enough. Jiffy Lube.
Do you like Jif peanut butter? Do you like peanut butter?
I like peanut butter. I've never purchased Jif in my life.
Skippy?
No. I don't even remember what brand I had as a kid. But my mom probably gets. I think she gets a Trader Joe's.
Probably,
yeah, she gets Trader Joe's brand. I don't remember what we had growing up. Maybe did Planters make peanut butter?
Not sure.
Yeah,
I really
can't
make
remember.
sense.
Yeah. There was a pretty big brand that wasn't Skippy or Jif that I think we probably got, and I can't remember what it was.
Like the goober with the jelly in it too.
No, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had that, but I bet you. I mean,
I'm sure it's fine, but it just looks suspect. Like putting peanut butter and jelly in the same container.
Yeah, because do you keep it cold or do you keep it room temp?
Yeah, it's not chill. Nothing cool about it.
Do you like the Smuckers?
Yeah.
Peanut butter sandwich? Those are nice.
Yeah.
Do you like crunchy peanut butter?
I can go either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not picky.
I've learned to like crunchy a little more.
Yeah.
I used to not like it. Cause I like peanuts by themselves. Can't do it.
Really?
I just
I love a good salty ass peanut, or even the Planters roasted peanuts. Really good.
I just on my totem pole of nuts. They're like as far as low as you can be. I just can't eat them by themselves.
Really?
I can eat them in a trail mix. I can eat them in peanut butter. I can eat them in like a granola bar, but just eat it by himself. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't think they'd be my first choice of nuts. Like, I do prefer, like, mixed nuts.
Yeah.
Like, I rarely eat just... Sometimes it's almonds.
Mostly almonds. I love cashews.
I like cashews,
Pistachios.
But I prefer, like, a mixed nut assortment.
Yeah.
Anything for last call, sir?
Let's see. Yes, my Sacramento Kings unveiled their new Classic Edition jerseys, paying homage to the early to mid 2000s teams, and these are just
great job, Kings. Great job.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I've wanted one of these jerseys for a while. I kept looking at them, and I wonder if I could possibly get one, but put like a Weber and number 4 on the back. If that's possible.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
C-Web?
if I had to pick one current player to get in that jersey, I'd probably have to go with De'Aaron Fox.
Fox would
just
be good
because
one.
he's been there the longest.
Yeah.
Or he's the guy.
Get Bobby Jackson, dude.
Well, I mean, if I can get old players, then that's a different story.
Right.
But I mean, I can't get Malik Monk. I'm too far gone. Sabonis, no. DeRozan's too soon.
Yeah.
So I'd probably go De'Aaron Fox. But the jerseys, if you don't know, the purple scale, they say Sacramento, which I think they should wear jerseys like that more anyways. Just to, be proud of where you're from.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it looked clean.
Yeah.
They had Doug Christie and Mike Bibby in the
Oh, that little ad campaign.
Commercial for it. Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, and if you're interested, go look. I'm just so happy they did this.
Is Doug Christie on the coaching staff?
Yes.
He is currently? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really cool.
Good stuff.
And then they brought back the city jerseys for all the teams, and they all kind of stink.
Yeah.
I don't mind the Kings ones. They're very plain, and I'm okay with that because I don't really need too much flash in the stuff that I wear.
Yeah. When they put... I got to see what the Warriors one looks like when they put the number on it. Because the color of the number is going to be a huge deal. Because it says just like Golden State, but there's clearly going to be a number in the middle of it.
Of course.
That you can't see yet. Which I don't... Like the current color scheme that they revealed, it doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of those ones are pretty shitty.
Yeah. What about you? You got some things.
Yeah. Champions League is back. First week of what they call the league phase now. It's no longer the group stage.
Okay.
PSG won their opening game. They got an absolute gift.
Take it.
From Girona.
Take it.
Scored late in the game.
I love gifts.
Yeah.
Not
GIFs.
I love GIFs. Not gifts. I love gifts, not gifts.
Nice. Yeah, so 1 win on the board. 3 points on the table.
It's all good.
Also, Elliot Ramos of the San Francisco Giants became the first right-handed hitter to hit a splash hit, a.k.a. hitting a home run directly into the water of McCovey Cove at Oracle Park in the history of the stadium.
I was going to mention this too, but I'm glad you did. And who happened to get the ball? Of course, it was
McCovey Cove douche.
I've never liked him from the start.
He's got a weird vibe. Really weird vibe.
This dude's like wanting employee parking passes so he can get, so he can get his nice little kayak down there. It's like, who do you think you are? You don't even go to the games.
Yeah. And
you're almost doing the Giants a disservice by not paying to go to the games.
Yeah.
They put a TV out there for you, for fuck's sake. There's a TV right there.
He does have a very entitled kind of...
I'm not into it. I do kind of like how people ripping on him. Some people aren't. I feel like people are either pro or against. There's no in the middle.
Yeah.
And I also heard that it's not even Elliot Ramos that wants this ball. I don't even think he's asked for it. I think it's the Giants that want it.
Well, I can understand.
And how can McCovey Cove Dave say no to the Giants?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the Giants, you wouldn't be out there. Maybe you would because you're that weird.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be out there looking for all these baseballs.
Yeah.
Like, this dude's like a man-child.
Yeah. He is definitely a child.
I gotta imagine he's like 60,
Probably.
maybe late 50s. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. And then when they were playing the Braves a while back, one of their players hit a grand slam that went into the water. And McCovey Cove Dave caught it. And the dude who hit the home run, I can't remember his name.
It was Michael Harris. Yeah.
And he showed interest in wanting it. And then he just started reeling off like things that he wanted for in exchange. It's like, dude, where do you get off on?
Yeah.
Like, what? Are you serious?
It's like you're overvaluing yourself.
When's the next Giants homestand? Because I want to go there and just... I don't even want to go to the game. I just want to go there and boo him the whole time.
Just flip him out.
I want to hold up a sign that says, "You suck." Give him the ball back.
Is that Nikki Glazer?
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. Anyways.
It is Nikki Glazer, guys.
Yeah, no, McCovey Cove Dave is not cool.
No, he's not. I clearly don't know the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Something's a little off. I think that's why I don't really like him that much. It's just kind of weird.
I remember hearing him talk on KMBR one time, and I was just like, "You're fucking weird. Like, he's just an odd dude."
Yeah, me too. When Ramos hit it into the water, obviously Dave knows what's going on. I think he listens to the game while it's happening.
I believe so.
He even he'll do. What's the word I'm looking for? When he's out, he'll know certain batters and know where to sit in the cove.
Oh yeah.
To know where the ball might land.
So he says.
Yeah.
Like you probably full of shit.
But he had a laminated sign that said first right-handed hit or whatever that he did laminated and he had in his kayak for 10 years.
He's had that for 10.
Yeah. I saw on his Instagram comments because everybody was commenting on his stuff. And
I saw that he had the sign. I didn't know how long he'd had it.
He commented on someone that commented on him and he said, I made it in 2014. I'm like, dude.
What a fucking weirdo.
What is going on here?
Like, I think everyone in their life has been probably over-invested in something that doesn't really matter, but, this is on another level.
I heard JT Snow on the radio today, and he was like, if I was McCovey Cove Dave, I'd probably stay away from the cove for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because someone might come by on a boat and just sink your shit. You know what I mean?
I like that a former player saying that.
Right.
A guy that probably has a handful of splash hits himself.
He said he was talking to FP Santangelo, and FP said that to him.
Really?
So that's why he said that. But it's not a bad call. It's it wouldn't surprise me if the next homestand, if McCovey Cove Dave shows up, which he probably will.
Yeah.
People are going to be out there, maybe probably get him shit.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't love it. Don't love it.
It's very entitled. For a guy that...
He's like, I've worked for this for 25 years.
Oh, give me a fucking break.
Well, I'll give you this. He has parked his ass in that water for probably the last 25 years.
Yeah.
Not every game, but as many as he can be.
Yeah.
But, you've worked for it. You're just...
no, you didn't work for it.
You're sitting on the water.
Yeah. You're just... Yeah, he was... How much of his life is he... I mean, I know he probably enjoys it, but in a way, it's time wasted.
It's a good point. It's a great point. They're never going to give him a parking pass.
No.
They're never going to give him discounted rates on parking.
Good fucking luck.
How about you go to a fucking game and pay?
Yeah, pay to get into a game.
Yeah. How about this? Every game you go to, pay the minimum, but don't even go and just sit in the cove.
Yeah.
I'd respect you more if you did that.
Yeah.
Because you're not giving the Giants anything.
No.
I mean, I'm sure he goes to games occasionally.
I really wonder.
I'd love to know how many games he's actually been to in the last 25 years without a stadium being open.
Yeah.
I bet you.
He's had to have gone to games. It would be ridiculous for him to act like that, act like he's the biggest fan and he's owed all this shit from the Giants and never pay a dime to go in the stadium.
I would love to know how many games he's
been to. I would like to know, though, yeah. He probably goes to a couple a year. I would fucking hope if he's going to have
But you know what? It would not shock me if he's, so in his head about it that if he feels like, if I'm at a game, it could go in the water and I could get that.
Yeah.
It could almost be a sickness for him at this point.
I mean, although at this point he knows he hasn't caught every ball, so
true.
It's gone in the water.
Yeah, but I'm
not even close.
But every opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. No, I know what you're saying.
He hasn't caught. I think I've seen that he's caught 40 of them, which is still impressive.
Right.
And
not even all of them have been from Giants players.
No.
All right, good job, Dave. You got the ball. Good for you. There was history made today in Major League Baseball. Shohei Ohtani became the first player to have 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in the same season, and he did it in pretty emphatic style.
This game was insane.
He went 6 for 6 in the game with 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases, which both those totals put him at 51 home runs and 51 stolen bases on the dot. He also drove in 10 runs in the game. I think the Dodgers won 20-4 against the Marlins.
God, I didn't see the final score.
His last home run he hit was against a position player. So, Nice work, dude. But yeah, the fact that he hit 2 home runs in the game to get to 50, pretty impressive. And then he put the cherry on top. I mean, the dude's insane. He's going to go down as... Even if he had a pretty steep drop-off, he's going to be one of the most unique players to ever play the game.
He's going to be the MVP this year.
He's going to win the MVP, I think, in the National League.
As a DH.
Yeah, without even having to pitch, yeah.
First time ever DH wins the MVP?
I believe so, yeah.
Or if he wins it.
Yep.
Because you said it might have been Ozuna for the. I think last time we talked about it.
Yeah. No, it's Ohtani. It's his award.
God damn, man, that's crazy. I mean, that's a hell of a game.
Yeah,
that's like the dream game.
It's. I mean, it's probably like jerk reaction to say this, but a lot of people are like on social media calling it
best season ever,
best game of all time. I mean,
baseball's been going on for I mean, someone would have to really do the crunch the numbers.
Right. He did set the Dodgers single season home run record too by surpassing Sean Green. He had 49. He's
okay.
Yeah. So.
Wow. I mean, isn't it just the worst that he did this on the day the Giants got eliminated from the playoffs? Doesn't that just suck?
Pretty hilarious. I hope this is the last good thing that happens to the Dodgers all year.
I don't know.
Wouldn't that be great?
Well, they're going to clinch the division if they haven't already.
Right.
So it's another good thing.
But I think that's the playoffs are inevitable for them at this point. It's just a matter of when and where they play.
Is it finally going to be Yankees-Dodgers?
God, I hope not.
I just feel like there's been so many years where they feel like it was going to be that.
I know.
And it hasn't. And baseball is different.
I honestly like the Yankees. Don't to me feel like a championship team. They have Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, and it's kind of where it ends.
Who have a fucking almost 100 home runs between each other.
Yeah, they're both having amazing seasons, but they have nobody else. And their pitching staff's a little iffy. Garrett Cole's kind of ass. Same with the Dodgers. Their pitching staff's iffy. I mean, Glasnow might be done for the year.
Really?
Yeah. See what happens.
Okay.
Thank you all for watching, listening. We'll be back next week with another episode.
Absolutely.
And some Cowboys Giants.
Whew.
Peace.